hoe I need is just a whole lot of money. Only hoe I need is just a whole lot of money. Only hoe I need is just a whole lot of money. Only hoe I need is just a whole lot of money. Only hoe I need is just a whole lot of money. Cash. Only hoe I need is just a whole lot of money. Brad. Only hoe I need is just a whole lot of money. Job. Only hoe I need is just a whole lot.
You're on mute. I mean, what are we doing tonight? Got the basketball hoop in the back.
All right, listen, I shouldn't have to be doing this. Where's the kid? Why is he not here for this?
That's a great question. No one
Does he just get to decide when he does just whatever he wants to do? He just gets to decide it?
I mean, apparently, like, I don't know. Like I said, we are looking for a replacement, Shadows. If you are willing and ready, there's a job opening available.
I think it's time. Yeah, I think we gotta get rid of this kid. Yeah, Eric Hill, we said we'd come tonight, and we are here. Look at us. Quiet from Admiral during the game. I want to get his opinion on everything. How'd you think it went there, bud?
I mean, it wasn't good for New England. In fact, it was downright bad until the second half. I mean, the one thing to say is New England's defense stood up for the majority of the game. This could have been really bad if New England's defense didn't show up. And luckily they did, to keep it kind of close. I mean, look, they lost by 16 points. They gave up 14 points on turnovers. They were dominated pretty much the entire game. Who knows if those 2 turnovers mean anything, but I mean, you can't turn the ball over 3 times in a Super Bowl.
No, you can't. That was what do you make of it for Drake May? Is the moment just too big right now for him? What'd you see, man? Because that was bad. That was a bad performance for a long time.
I mean, the stat line will show that it wasn't as bad as it really was. I think he threw for 295 yards and had a quarterback rating just under 80, which is remarkable, right?
I mean, yeah, it didn't look like it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the first half he looked lost. He missed some throws that he should have made. Yeah. And that offensive line got shredded tonight.
Yeah, I was one of the questions that I was kind of standing out to me as our good friend Lilitz here says, "Fuck the Pats and the Bills." Amazing night for Eric Hill there. He definitely didn't trust the fucking line. All right, I think this is a good point by Eric Hill. Towards the end, he had the happy feet. Right. He was nervous as fuck. He knew it was coming from that fucking Will Campbell side. I agree with this as well. I kind of think that it's an offensive award most of the time. So they're just going to give it to whoever stood out. And this game was a fucking slog. So you kind of got to give it to the guy that fucking absolutely eclipsed 100 yards. I mean, he was the only effective performer tonight outside of Cooper Kupp, in my opinion. Shaheed even kind of disappeared. But, Brian, a night like this, man, Will Campbell can't be the franchise left tackle, right?
Oh, no. I'm surprised they didn't pull him at some point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have anyone better. What do you do with Will Campbell? You draft him high, man. What do you do with him?
I mean, the biggest issue to me was the fact that McDaniels did not put like a max protection in.
No.
Like, what are we doing here? You're letting him get just eaten on the outside all game. So, yeah, congrats to the Seattle Seahawks. They were the better team tonight and fully deserved the Super Bowl. If I look at my 4 picks, your boy made some money.
Yeah, no, it was good. I was just about to go over it. We gave out a total of, I believe, 15, 19 picks tonight. We go 2-1 on the one set. We go 3-1 on the other set. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-4 on the last set there. Only ones we don't collect on: Rashid Shaheed over 4.5 rushing yards. We put the lotto ticket together. We made it so far into that game with that lotto ticket, Bud. It was 7-4 after all. We missed out on Drake May over and anytime tutty for Drake May. We missed out on that.
Which could have happened there late.
I thought when he started to run, when he started to take off there, Bri, I was like, oh my God, we got it. We got it right here. He's going to do it. Yeah, that's the sad part. The real sad part is now we have 7 more months until any sort of ball is being thrown through the air that matters. That's going to be god-awful. Who did the Pats take for their first-round pick after that god-awful performance? The Seahawks defense needs a little bit of credit here, though, Bri. That was the safety, we had concerns about him coming in. We were nervous about it. Thank you for talking me off of that 225.5 line for Drake May. You kind of saved my ass. But talk me through what the Pats do. They have a lot of space, man. They can make some moves. So what's your first move if you're the Pats GM?
I think you need to go get a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, everybody disappeared when it mattered tonight besides Mac Hollins, like we call it as well. So what do you do? I mean, you go wide receiver draft, or you go out and get a fucking number one somewhere?
I think you build organically through the draft. I mean, Pickens is going to be franchised. He's not an option.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Mike Evans. But if the Patriots are just going to do these retread receivers like Diggs and Mike Evans, I mean, does Evans make a difference in this game? Maybe, but they still lose.
They still lose, yes, but I do think he makes a difference because it's the veteran. I'm just going to be open. Like Mike Evans is going to be open on all of those plays. Maybe not all of them. Let's call it half of those plays where everybody else basically just got disappeared, right? I feel like Mike Evans is like, all right, I'm going to get open and get a first down. You could toss me the ball now.
I mean, at the end of the day, this game was decided because Drake May did not show up in the first half. If Drake May has over, what do you have, like 40-something yards passing in the first half?
Yeah. It was bad.
If he shows up in the first half, this is a completely different game.
It's a completely different game. So what does that say about him, though? Let's really look at it in a long-term situation. Do you think this is a prime team for a Super Bowl hangover, or do you think this is a prime team for this is what we're going to be seeing for the next 5 to 10 years from them?
I mean, they're still going to be good.
Yeah.
They're still going to make the playoffs.
So, I mean, is this like the ceiling for this iteration of the team, a Super Bowl loss, you think? They need to make some moves?
They need more explosiveness on offense for sure. I think the defense is quite fine.
I think you got to leave the defense alone, to be quite honest with you. I think you could do with complete tear down and rebuild of that offensive line. You got to shift Campbell, obviously, inside to guard, I would assume. He's got the short arms, right, Brian? You think he fucking kind of projects better at a guard spot?
I don't know if he's an NFL player.
Oh, God, that's that huge miss then, if that's the case. What did he go, 2, 3 in the draft, 4?
I don't know if he's an NFL player. I mean, even if you shift him to guard, he's going against, 300-pound defensive tackles, and he's going to get fucking put in the lap of Drake May?
Yeah, that's
instead of run around. I mean,
that's not good, man.
It's not. He needs to put on more weight.
That's a bad miss. I'm just going to say that right now.
He's not strong enough, nor is he quick enough to just get in the way. It's not good for it. That does not look good for the future of the Patriots.
So right away, if you're the GM, right away, you're in the lab looking for people you can plug into this line, whether it's through the draft, whether it's through the fucking free agency.
You just need a league average tackle. You don't need a Pro Bowler.
No, you don't need a franchise guy. You just need a
No.
guy that's going to keep him off his ass until you can find the permanent solution at left tackle for him.
That's right.
If Drake
100%.
May's got more time tonight, this game goes a lot differently, I think. But the fucking Seahawks brought the pressure. Mike McDonald, what's his name?
Okay.
McDonald,
yeah.
I thought he coached a fight. That was a great game. I mean, the game plan was tight. The defense did what they were supposed to do. The offense, although they're not scoring touchdowns, they kept the pressure on with the field goals, man. And that's a one that I'm going to kick myself in the ass for. We should have taken the kicking points over. That hit first half for the fucking Seahawks kicker. I feel like we called this game relatively right, Bri.
I mean, Sea-Dog will love this. Sea-Dog 2. This was not a better defensive performance than last year's Super Bowl.
No, I don't think so either. Pats need to give the house for A.J. Brown, as much as it pains me to say as an Eagles fan. But, Bri, you're not going to pull the trigger on that because of the dead money, right?
It'll cost the Eagles a fortune.
Yeah, Howie's too smart to let that happen. Trade Dallas for Pickens. I guess if he does, is Pickens the solution here?
I mean, Pickens, remove Booty and put Pickens in. What happens?
I think it goes a little bit better for sure because he's going to get open, but Pickens is a guy that's going to give up too. When it's not going his way, he's going to fucking throw his hands up and not really work that hard.
So Stephon Diggs.
You can't have two of those guys on the same team. You know what I mean? You can't have Steph Diggs and Pickens both throwing their hands up when they're not getting the ball. Because
how about a receiving trio of Pickens, AJ Brown, and Diggs?
Oh my God! Talk about fucking bad locker room, bud. Jesus fuck. Does Evans make it to the game with him getting hurt every year? That's another good question.
That's a great question. That's a great question, Eric. Who knows? You just bubble wrap them to the playoffs, I guess.
Okay. Let's do this real quick. Of the wide receivers that are rookies this year, we saw Tet, we saw Abuka, we saw some good rookies come in. Who of the rookie class do you wish you could stick with Drake May?
The upcoming rookie class?
No, this past one. I'm talking Abuka. I'm talking fucking Tet McMillan was in there. Like, wouldn't you love to see Tet McMillan up there in fucking New England?
They need a burner. They need a burner that can.
What about Abuka then?
Yeah, Abuka's kind of that guy. I mean, you saw what Shaheed was able to do, right?
Yeah.
Like they took a couple of deep shots with Shaheed, and that makes you play from like 50 yards. You don't play in a sandbox, right?
Yeah. You need a guy that takes the top off the defense. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah. You need to push the defense to the limits vertically. And if you don't have that type of guy, offense becomes a lot tougher.
I mean, it's a good fucking point, dude. May was hurt this week too. There was a shoulder thing with May, so maybe that comes into the factor of how this game goes. But realistically, I think this is just kind of showing what Bri kind of highlighted prior. You did say the Super Bowl goes through the fucking NFC. You thought the NFC was a lot more talented than the AFC this year. I think it kind of shows with the representatives. For me, it looked like a team that was just kind of outclassed in every position, in my opinion, minus obviously the defensive performance. But it just looked like the Seahawks were the better team, just from start to finish tonight.
They were the better team, but I think the best player on the field was on the Patriots defense. I think Christian Gonzalez was the best player on the field. Yeah,
it's kind of sad to see him not get rewarded for that performance. He probably should have had 2 picks tonight. Sammy D was trying to be Sammy D.
Sammy D at one point was 4 for 14.
Yeah, he was trying his hardest to be Sam Darnold. Darnold is now the first quarterback out of the 2018 QB class to win a Super Bowl. And I want you to give me your straightest answer, your most honest answer here. What does this do to you mentally if you're Josh Allen?
They're like really good friends, right?
What does this do to you mentally? Does this put what my main question is here? Does this put a timer on your Buffalo career?
No,
it doesn't at all.
I don't think so. I think what this does do is it should light a fire under Josh Allen to be a superstar MVP next year.
Yeah, hopefully he reacts the right way to this and not the way that a weak-minded fool would react to this win for Sam Darnold, who was looked at like kind of a piece of trash for most of his career. And now look at the motherfucker cast out again of Minnesota, Bry. He shows up in fucking Seattle. Everyone's counting him out. We're all saying Sammy D's going to do the Sammy D shit. He's going to crumble. He's going to fall. And he fucking does it again, man. Like he had a pretty...
He got lucky last year in Minnesota.
Listen, he got lucky on not throwing a pick in this playoffs, but he did not throw a fucking interception in this playoffs, man.
Yeah, he probably should have thrown at least 2 tonight.
At least 2 tonight. Christian Gonzalez, if he gets his hands on a couple of those fucking interceptions, this is a different fucking game, man. The fucking Seahawks defense held up as long as they could, and then, of course, once they get a bigger lead, Drake May drops that fucking just a dime of a pass into Mac Hollins for a touchdown. Did you think that they had a shot after that? No, you thought it was done. Too late, right?
It was over at halftime, I felt like. Once Bad Bunny came on, the air left the building.
What was that?
It was the worst halftime show I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was like genuinely horrific.
First of all, okay, I'm old, so I don't know Bad Bunny songs
at all.
There wasn't a single song that sounded anything like anything I've ever heard before on the radio, on Spotify, on anything. So completely foreign to me, right?
I assumed that it would sound familiar, though. Like, you kind of expected one of the songs, because if you listen to the radio, I feel, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of, I just feel like I wanted to hear something familiar, even if it was like a beat or so. I did not hear anything that I could fucking engage with at all.
I wanted Cardi B to come out.
She was out, buddy. She was out there. She did not perform.
Yeah, why?
I have no idea. When you can fucking explain to me that halftime show, I'm sending Rocky Prop the link right now, but when you can explain to me that halftime show, or just what was that? Like, what happened? There was that's the guy that you pulled up. Like, I know he's popular now, but none of his songs are good at all.
Look, I mean, listen, are they catchy? Yeah. Do they have a good beat? Yeah. But I have never heard any of those songs before in my life. Now, again, let's take a step back. I am a 42-year-old man, and no one's gonna tell me list Bad Bunny's music catalog. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But I didn't recognize anything, so I'm not the target audience.
And Rocky Prop's going to come on here in a minute and explain to you that he called me in a panic, Bry, about 20 minutes before the game starts. He calls me in a sweat. I thought he was like running away from one of his bookies or something, and they were going to break his fucking legs or some shit like that. He calls me in a panic to tell me I have to get on this stupid fucking app called Kalshi to bet the first song to be this song that is not even remotely near the first song to be the first song. Dude, he played this song like 7th in the rotation, and he's like, we got to take this first. Somebody put $15,000 on it. We got to take it. I'm like, who's this guy? Like, he's like, no, it's inside information. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, his inside information was also terrible on the Gatorade because it was not orange.
Yeah, not only that, he had inside information that Mark Wahlberg was going to be at this game and mentioned. And you know what he was basing that off of?
What?
There is a kid that he knows that goes to South Carolina who knows a kid that goes to Alabama. And that kid who goes to Alabama is like best friends with Mark Wahlberg's daughter or niece or some shit like that. And she was telling people he got 10 tickets to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, what the fuck how is that inside information?
They didn't really show that many celebrities, I feel like, did they?
They didn't mention any celebrities. There was no celebrity shown. They showed Robert Kraft once. And he's obviously a very, very celebrated man on the Epstein list. So I'm glad they showed him. That's good to see him.
So can I list a couple of things? I went 4-1 tonight.
Yeah.
I went Shaheed over receiving yards. That hit.
That was a nice one.
A Milton sack at plus 200. That was nice.
That was a big one.
I feel like Milton Williams had an opportunity to have like 6 sacks tonight. But every single time Sammy D kind of wiggled his way out, he had great movement in the pocket. So props to Sammy D for that. But Milton Williams, I felt like he lived in the backfield.
Yeah, he did. And Lilitz is right to throw you a little bit of love. Lilitz listened to our pod earlier, and he was the winner of at least $800 tonight. So Lilitz had a good fucking night just listening to the pod and putting in the picks that we talked about earlier today. So good shit, Lilitz. Brian, would you get a second to just pop over to the Discord and just check out all those tickets? He was dropping tickets left and right that hit.
Drake May over rushing and Drake May over longest rush hit.
Yep.
Both of those hit.
Yep, pretty good.
And obviously the Pats spread did not hit. So 4-1. Successful night.
Good. It was a good night. We told you AJ Barner would score. I believe we talked about putting him up for first touchdown scorer. Lilitz bet AJ Barner to be first touchdown scorer and cleared a nice little 520 on that fucking ticket. So
nice.
Lilitz had the guts to put in the picks that we were talking about, and it paid off. We gave out a lot of good information, as we always do, Bri. I will say that. Our props, like I said, all together, I think we had 6 losses and 14 wins or 13 wins. So we went 13-6. Pretty fucking good, man. So if you followed us at all, you made a little bit of cash. I'm waiting on Rocky Prop to show up here to give us his version of why the fuck he decided to waste $150 on if Mark Wahlberg would be at the game and if fucking Bad Buddy would sing a terrible song before the other terrible song he chose. That's really what I want. That fucking halftime show was god awful. It did take the air out of the stadium. I can only imagine like hearing
it took the air out of the living room. Well, it took the air out of the party that we were at.
Did everyone? What was the reaction? I wasn't at a party tonight. I was chilling at the house with the fam. What was the reaction at the party, Bri?
I mean, we were already bummed because the game was kind of boring. And then that happened, and I was just like, well, what the fuck are we doing? Like, is the second half, like, is this whole thing going to be just a shit show? Is this whole game going to be a shit show?
The whole game was a shit show, though.
I mean, it was. It was.
Didn't go over by a half, by the way. They called that very interesting holding call, I think, on the Kenneth Walker run into the end zone there. JSN sold me so hard. I think JSN sold a lot of people hard, man. I think JSN sold a lot of people hard.
I think JSN got his brain scrambled in the third quarter.
Well, it was funny because they said JSN went into the tent and he was like, all right, I'm good. And then the independent guy comes in. He's like, you're not good, dude. And then he like walked to the locker room right away. So Eric Hill says, watch your mouth. I played it the first tutty. I was on the fence about it. And Dan, you said you was going to play it for first tutty. So I went ahead and played it.
There you go, Eric Hill.
Hey, there you go, buddy. There you go. I like when everybody wins money. That's good stuff. Will Super Bowl 61 be a shit show like the past two? Right. Can we get a good
last year was not a shit show.
Last year was nice because the Chiefs got ended. You know what I mean?
40-0 before the back
so nice. And we were all on the right side too. We all cashed tickets. And this is kind of I wanted to highlight this. Because I feel like this is the first game this season, Bri, where I wasn't like, oh, what the fuck are these refs doing? They didn't call shit. Like there was 4 calls in the game, maybe?
Yeah, the Pats should have held more.
Yeah, dude. And so, the Seahawks obviously fucking did. It was great, dude. I look at that game as like the outline for how I want fucking games to be called. Let the defense get gritty, let the defense get handsy, get fucking that's how you call a game right there, buddy. And look who it is, Mr. Inside Information himself.
I was giving some misinformation. All right.
Yeah. Were you?
Aside from that, I hit every leg that I picked tonight, except for one leg from this fuck in the middle and one leg from this fuck on the left.
What did I give you? That was
it. I said it. Dan said, what about a Drake May tutty? I was like, all right, I'll go with the guy.
That was right.
That was me.
Oh, so you had both bad picks? Who said Drake May? Who said Rashid Shaheed for rushing yards?
That was Bri.
That was me. He had one carry for a -4 yards.
Kick him, chat. I hit every leg. We're kicking you.
Tell us, Barack, I want you to explain to the audience what kind of tizzy you called me in to try to get me to go on Kalshi.
Yeah, I got some misinformation. I called Dan, and I was like, yeah, I got the fucking juice, and here's the juice, and it wasn't the juice. So that's long story short. And then it hit the Discord. But listen, apparently Mark Wahlberger's in the building, so my cash out went from $13 to $45. So we're waiting on this to come through.
Okay, so, all right. So you could make a little bit of cash. How much did we lose tonight?
About $1.40.
So you really loaded up on this one.
No. By the way, I just needed a Seattle Seahawks touchdown, and Kenneth Walker is running to the end zone. Me and my buddy Chris stand up. We're like, yes! Yes! And I see the yellow flag thing, and the buddy that I had tailing is not that into football, so he didn't see the flag logo on the screen. And I was like, oh, great. I was like, Chris, this. He's like, what? I'm like, and all I hear from the back of the room is there's a flag. Bad, dog. That Kenneth Walker touchdown would have netted me $560 or some shit, dog. I had every other leg.
Dog 2 says using Kalshi is your first mistake.
Yeah, that was my first mistake. It was my first time and last time. So,
dude, Brian, I can't tell you how much of a fucking he was on my ass. Dude, put money on this right now. Hurry up. Do it.
I was driving to the party and started seeing these text messages. I'm like, what the fuck is Kalshi?
You know what's even worse? So I had a friend call me and he got me all riled up. And then I had fucking 9 people sign up for Kalshi, and I put like a ton of money from Profit Boost. I got $25 from each of them, and I feel awful. Dude, I have like probably $200 in like fan cash on fucking whatever the fuck it's called on Kalshi on Mark Wahlberg.
What a fucking scumbag.
I didn't mean to be a scumbag. I thought Dan's always saying, dude, if someone has a tip, give us a tip. Someone calls me, they're like, Rock, listen, there's a tip coming in.
I want to know who called you and why you took it as real information.
So you know the dude that played the brother on That's So Raven?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
Okay, so you got a call from the craziest motherfucker alive on Earth, and he told you, and you were like, yeah, it's a go.
And I was like, bro, I'm in there, dog.
Yeah. So this kid calls you and he's like, "Hey, Rock, I know somebody at Alabama who knows fucking Mark Wahlberg's daughter or whatever the fuck, and she said they're going to be at the game."
Honestly,
That's
I
where you
think
got the
honestly, I ain't
information
gonna lie
from.
to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, this is kind of what happened. I went on Twitter trying to find information on this halfway through the game, and I saw every bit of the story that I was told over the phone on Twitter, and I'm like, these kids just read it off Twitter. I was bamboozled. At the same token, that's how betting goes. And let me tell you, I am at the bar. It is -2 degrees out in Connecticut, and I'm still on stream. And yeah, I'm out. So fuck.
By the way, I
Yo,
just
I
saw.
had so much money on the line, bro. Literally,
I
I
just
needed Kenneth Walker so bad, so bad.
I just saw a stat that Campbell gave up 14 pressures tonight.
Oh my God, Will Campbell's so bad, dude.
That was
Wait,
the
wait,
most
wait. I'll
allowed
get
by
you
a
live from the
player this
source.
season.
Grizzy, do you want to be on stream for a second?
On stream?
So
Yeah, Rocky is
we'll
a
be
scammer
celebrating
now.
the Kenneth Walker touchdown.
Oh my god, dude, that hurt.
It hurt bad. I was like, Grizz, wait, no, there's a flag.
We had already stood up and dapped up, like, yeah, we finally got one because nothing else fucking hit, bro. We finally fucking got him. I look at the screen flag, I just go in the corner and cry.
It was bad. Listen, I'm not.
Dude, and I was also pissed too. I didn't bet, but I was gonna ask them for money if they won. So I was pissed myself.
I'll step out. I'm sorry. Yeah, so listen, I'm not a scammer. Dan has always been saying he wants some inside information, and I was like, I got it. I got
Yeah,
it. I did
the
not,
real
unfortunately. Sorry.
source
Listen,
though of
so,
this information was obviously Epstein, and that's why it didn't hit.
It was
so
honestly, Dan. You know, I didn't think about it like that. Quite frankly, it was Netanyahu and Jeffrey Epstein. They put out the rumor Mark Wahlberg was in attendance. He wasn't in attendance. He was at the wall, kissing the wall. I'm getting off. I'm sorry. I love y'all.
All right, bud, take it easy.
Brian, I'm sorry. You're a good man. You're a good sports bettor, but you fucked my parlays.
Fuck your parlays.
That's fucking. Oh my God, what a kid! What a fucking kid he is. Oh Jesus. Any other thoughts on the game, Bri? He's definitely hammered. Yes, he's absolutely hammered.
Look, I think Rocky's probably the only person that has either listened to this stream the last couple weeks, that's on this panel, that has lost money.
Yeah, I think so too, and that's very sad. It's not a good thing.
It's absolutely incredible. When you go 13-6 on props and you lose money, it's unbelievable. How do you do that? What is the mathematical probability of that happening?
I mean, it's got to be next to like it almost impossible, right? It's got to be next to 0%. It's got to be close.
So this might be a hot take. I wasn't impressed with Kubiak tonight.
Yeah, I mean, but maybe you say it's because of the
JSN got iced out.
He did. He got iced out. But maybe that's more of a Christian Gonzalez because they couldn't stop Cooper Kupp.
I mean, Cooper Kupp only had 40-something yards, right? Maybe 50.
It just felt like when they needed to get an important first down, Kenneth Walker was there or Cooper Kupp was there. Kenneth Walker really was the entire offense.
Cooper Kupp had 61 yards.
He was there, man. Barner catches that touchdown like we detailed. But realistically, the workhorse here is Kenneth Walker, man. A lot of shit has been talked about Kenneth Walker, about how Charbonnet should be starting over him, all this shit. Kenneth Walker looked like the real deal tonight. He fucking won this game for them.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like Eric Hill saying, like he goes to Vegas, he does not have the defense to rely on.
And he's not going to have the same tools either, by the way.
Yeah. So he's going to have to manufacture points. I don't think they did a very good job of manufacturing points tonight.
I don't think they did either. I think this was more of a what's going on? My dog's having a fucking sneezing attack right now. All right. Anyways, I think we're done. He goes to Vegas. He's not going to have Are you fucking kidding me? He goes to Vegas, sorry. And he's definitely not going to have that defense. He's not going to have the tools on offense. The only thing that kind of gives me a little bit of hope is we see Kenneth Walker have, a really good performance. He's walking into Ashton Genty. Maybe he builds up that line a little bit. Maybe he gets it going with Ashton Genty. Maybe we see a fucking pretty nice season from him next year. I think Kubiak's got potential. I just don't think it's like – I think he's going to end up being an OC somewhere again. That's what I would assume.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, no one has been very successful with the Raiders, right? So
it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been since Gruden, right?
Yeah, I think that's literally the last time I can remember them being successful. Last thing is watching K9 ball all playoffs is so bad when they kept giving Sharps the ball all year.
Yeah.
That's another good point. I mean, is this a mistake? Like, is Kubiak going to fucking get a job based off of being bad at play calling? Like, in general? Like, is this what we're dealing with, Bri?
I mean, I think in modern NFL, you need to have 2 running backs.
You do need to have 2 running backs, for sure.
17 game schedule plus potentially 4 games in the playoffs. That's 21 games. I mean, look what the Eagles did to Saquon last year. And look what happened to him this year. So I don't know if you can have this bell cow back that just is your primary guy, that is your rusher. I think you need 2 guys in modern NFL. So we'll see. I mean, I think Charbonnet will still be a part of that offense.
Says K9's going to be a free agent as well. Maybe a little bit of a interesting pickup for Vegas if it gets down to it. Maybe they do a double-headed fucking monster in the backfield there. Only thing we might say though is that he played the offense safe because they were never worried about May.
That's fair.
So
I still think the game plan should have been to get JSN involved at some point, right?
I also think that he had
4 catches for 27 yards.
Right. He had a couple moments where he caught the ball. He also had a couple moments where I thought he should have caught the ball, and he fucking didn't. When Sam Darnold throws that fucking pass, I think it was early on in the game. They were back to the end zone basically. He threw. I think Sam Darnold anticipated the throw quite well. He's double covered, gets his hands on it, and it goes right off him. It could have been a pick. Probably should have been a pick. I don't know, man. He kind of disappeared a little bit. Christian Gonzalez is obviously entering into his shutdown corner era now because he is a legitimate top 10 in the league cornerback, top 5.
Without
yeah, he was incredible tonight. That defense is ready to win. That offense needs extensive fucking work, in my opinion. But they're close, Brian. They're close. Let's say they get a dynamic fucking wide receiver
and figure out the right side or the left side of their offensive line. I think they're fine.
That's exactly it. They figure out that line, they are going to win 10 plus, 11 plus games a year. The coaching's obviously much better. They are going to be a team to be fucking to be seen in the future for sure. Sharpie won my fantasy league championship. They did the right thing. Eagles rushing got much better this year after getting Bigsby. Need 2 running backs. And yeah, I think Justin Jefferson looking for a place to go. Obviously, he's shitting on his quarterback. Who's got the cap for it? It's New England, right?
How much cap does New England have? I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to look that up. Look that up.
Early estimations, I just saw it was like 48 million for them, 36, something like that. They can open up enough room to absorb his contract. Let's just put it that way. And if you can, do you? Or is it, let's go young, let's go. I mean, I know fucking Jefferson's young, but let's go draft for a wide receiver and let's use the money to rebuild the line. Because I really think They're one dynamic wide receiver and one line away. Well, maybe, one. Let's get Will Campbell out of there. But one's the left side of the line away from winning tonight, right? That defense was ready to win a championship tonight.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you have a better line, you can then go play action. You can then run the ball better. And then you can, you can open up so many other things in the offense. When May has zero time back there, it makes moving the ball impossible.
Yeah, it does. Sam overthrew JSN for that wide open tutty, but we knew New England was going to go all out to stop him. That's kind of why we played AJ. Though that's a good point. That's why we adjusted. That's why we saw, hey, listen, let's go Barner. I never thought to take JSN under, which was, it was staring us in the fucking face the whole time, Brian.
Yeah.
It was.
I was quite surprised that Walker was able to run as well as he did against this defense.
This defense has looked, but again, that's what the difference is here. And that's kind of what I was trying to explain. This is an offense that can move the ball on the ground and through the air. So now there's a threat for both. They were facing a lot of offenses that were just got awful and couldn't throw the ball and couldn't run the ball. And when they see, fuck Kenneth Walker, man. From that first run, Bri, I knew we were in trouble.
Yeah, for the most part,
yeah.
Minus a big 30-yard run that Walker had.
Yeah.
If you subtract that, he went for 105 yards on 26 carries. That's not a great average.
It's not, but he wiggled away when they needed the yards. He made the plays when they needed the fucking plays to be made. He was dynamic tonight in a way that I didn't necessarily think he could be, I guess, if that makes sense. He made plays, man, and reminds me a little bit like his attitude anyways of Saquon last year after winning. Just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I really don't want to be interviewed right now, but yeah, I did what I had to do. Like, it's simple as that.
He reminded me, and I think Collinsworth said it. I was telling my buddies, he had a run where he basically just like walked to the line and then found a hole. That was so Le'Veon Bell.
It was.
That was such a Le'Veon Bell play. I don't know. I'm sad that the Patriots didn't win for Ant, for Greg, for Roberta, really for you. I wanted your life to be fucking miserable.
Thank you, Sam.
The entire offseason, I wanted your life to be absolutely miserable. I would have gone out and bought you a Patriots Super Bowl ring.
You're such a piece of shit.
It just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately.
It wasn't, and thank God it wasn't. I appreciate you. I was worried that God didn't exist anymore if he was going to let the Patriots and that scumbag owner win another championship. But you know what? I will say they get there. I really, really hope we double down with this Pats team and they have a Super Bowl hangover or, Super Bowl loser hangover when they have a much harder schedule next year. Let's just hope and pray that these Pats go right back down the flagpole where they belong. They need a couple more years in the shitter for me to feel comfortable with them winning again. Where does Mike Evans realistically go, Bri?
I think the Patriots are a very good possibility. I also think that, you guys need to clear some cap, but I think Buffalo could potentially be a landing place for Mike Evans too. So there might be a bidding war for him. He's the best.
We'd have to clear a lot of cap, though, Bri.
He's the best wide receiver available.
Yeah, we'd have to clear a lot of fucking cap for that. Or go get Marv Harrison if the Cardinals start selling. I think that's more of a realistic option for the Patriots to go after that type of wide receiver. I think you can get Marv Harrison out of Arizona, right?
Yeah.
They're not fucking like, we got to hold on to this guy.
He hasn't proved in his time in Arizona, he hasn't proved that he's an alpha yet.
At all.
So every team needs an alpha.
I think New
When
England.
you draft Marvin Harrison as high as you do, you better goddamn believe that he's an alpha, right?
Yeah, you kind of have to, and obviously the scouts in Arizona aren't making the best calls. Obviously, we got a lot of calls in Arizona that need to be made. Kyler Murray, fucking Marv Harrison's one of these calls. I don't know if you want to keep him around to build around him or fucking bail while you can still. You could probably get a couple picks for him, right?
For sure. For
yeah,
sure.
so fucking bail
I
while
don't know
you
if you'll get a first for him, but you might be able to get a second and a fourth or something like that.
BTJ to New England makes sense too. I see, Doug. That's a good point. I think BTJ is on the move.
I'm not willing to give up on BTJ if I'm Jacksonville.
I think if the offer's right, you think about it. Because
I mean,
you expect Travis Hunter to come back. You got Jacoby Myers. You got a lot of good shit over there, man.
Parker Washington.
Parker Washington looked fucking good.
Strange.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of options on there. If I can sell BTJ for a couple picks to New England, give me the fucking picks, dude. I'll take the draft picks for
Brody, I am sad too.
Brody, I am not, and I'm so glad you're sad. I am so glad you're having a terrible night tonight, buddy.
Brody.
And I love you. I do. I care for you. I really do. But eat the sadness, buddy. Eat that sadness. Do the Giants pick up any defensive players in the offseason? The Giants need to pick up a whole defensive unit in the offseason. So
they need an entire offensive line.
They really
and a backup quarterback because Jackson Dart's gonna have scrambled brains by the end of next season.
Hey, be happy, dude. Drake May makes it before any of these other fucking bloated ass quarterbacks with their terrible contracts. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, fucking Joey Burrows in cap hell right now. Can't do shit. Fucking, this is perfect. I mean, the AFC is down. I think this is a perfect time for this Pats team to come, and it pains me to say it, but I think it's a perfect time for them to come out and start that dynasty right back up, dude. I really do. They're going to fucking be a formidable opponent. That defense is not I'm curious to know how many contracts are up on that defense, Bri. Does this defense change a little bit because of how great they've played this this season in general? Who's coming to fucking take as many people as they can from this defense? You know what I mean?
Were you surprised, not to change subjects, during the game that they did not design quarterback runs for Drake May?
Yeah, here's my thing.
I thought that was baffling.
Right. Do you like Josh McDaniels though?
No, I can't stand him.
Why bring him back in this situation? He's failed everywhere outside of being
boy.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought the game plan tonight offensively was questionable. When you got a kid like Drake May and the wheels are there, right? He takes off, I think, early third quarter, and I was like, oh, fuck, there's going to be no one to stop this motherfucker. I thought he was going to go fucking run it right into the end zone. Why are you fucking designing? I mean, I feel like 3 years.
Especially when your offensive line is porous like it was tonight and Campbell can stop anyone.
I mean, how much
why not roll him out?
Why are we not moving him?
Roll him out, get him on the move, give him an open window, right?
Yeah.
Where he's not getting put an offensive lineman pushed into his lap every single play.
Get him away from fucking Will Campbell's side of the line. Let's move him right, dog. Like, get him away from the left side of his line.
Yeah, very frustrating game plan by McDaniels.
I mean, is this a fireable offense? It's damn near close, buddy. This is a bad game plan.
It was a bad game plan. I thought that Vrabel would have been able to cook up something a little bit better than that.
Did you expect them to come out so lackadaisical in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't get it across midfield for a lot of the game, right? It was just a punt fest.
It was a situation.
7 or 8 possessions were punts, right?
Yeah, I'm almost positive they were.
It's like, come on now.
Well, but do you fucking Okay. You go into half. You're down what? 12-0? What was the score going into half?
It was 12. It was 12-0.
You're not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination.
No, it was 9-0. I'm sorry.
There you
It was
go.
9-0 at half because I won my football squares.
Hey, nice. Good for you, buddy. Okay, it's 9-0 at half, right, Bri?
Yep.
Did it feel like it was 9-0?
No, I thought that's what I'm saying. New England's defense kept them in the game. So yeah, it could have very easily been 24-0.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should have been the way there was a couple drives where they were moving, and I was like, oh, fuck, they're going to score again. And then the fucking defense tightens up and they kick a field goal. I just don't think that I think they're a little bit further away from a Super Bowl than we kind of assumed they were because they're in the Super Bowl right now. This team reminds me of that Cincinnati Bengals team a little bit a couple years ago in the Super Bowl. The moment was just I feel like the Bengals had a lot more chances to win that game than the Pats did, but I feel like the moment was just they were just there a little too soon.
The game was still in reach after the third quarter. It was 12-0.
It was 12, and then it started to they had to open it up a little bit. Yeah.
They scored a combined 30 points in the fourth.
So fucking crazy how that happened, by the way. C-Dog says, prediction for the future. Let me be honest here. Mahomes will be back in the Super Bowl next year. I was thinking the same thing. That's why I thought they should have stayed in the spread offense. Yeah, they really should have. Opened the lanes for the quarterback that can fucking run. Or at least chip with the back, man.
And that's the thing. Like with Seattle, they bring all their DBs were up on the line because the Patriots play a very condensed. They either play two tight ends, so a 12, what they call it, 12 is the package. One back and two tight ends. Everything was so condensed, like tight formations. And then once they started getting in the spread, Seattle wasn't able to, sneak their safeties up as much. So, definitely a black eye on McDaniels for that game plan. That was not good.
C-Doug says they'll never fire an OC after a Super Bowl experience. It depends on how bad it goes, but you're right. Majority of the time, you're right. Here's my thinking. Cliff Kingsbury's out there. Still hasn't signed with anybody, correct?
Kingsbury?
Yeah.
I think he's still available. He's trash, though.
Oh, he's not good. Okay. I just feel like you can find an offensive coordinator. I don't know. Maybe you keep Josh McDaniels, do your thing. I just don't think he's the most effective fucking game planner, man. I don't think that the game has passed him by any stretch of the imagination. But this was bad, man. This was a bad performance. And it didn't look like they had any answers coming out of halftime.
No.
Seriously, like to come out and again throw up a fucking egg on the scoreboard after another drive right a fucking way, and you had a chance to get that first down, Bri. You had a chance.
Sure.
You can't. I almost think you need to be more aggressive and go for it on fourth. And that's it. I know you're fucking on your own half. You got to get it across midfield, man. You got to show them that they fucking have to actually play defense.
9-0. If they score the first possession after halftime, it's a completely different game. You don't have Drake May having to push the ball down the field, which was a disaster.
Yep.
May got absolutely murdered. What was that considered, a fumble or an interception? I guess
he threw a pick, and it was a clear pick, but that was a fumble. That one.
That was considered a fumble.
Yeah, he fumbled, I think, once or twice during this game. And it probably should have been more. The kid got absolutely pounded from the first fucking offensive series.
I don't put it on Drake May though. I don't
think you can either. I don't think you can put it on him. If his offensive line just holds up a little bit, I feel like it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
didn't. Bri, he had no time. Like, that's the one thing I kept seeing. I'm like, they can't stop the defensive line, man. And this is what it goes to show you here, Bri. We're moving into an era. We just came out of another era. And I love how the NFL kind of ebbs and waves like this. We were heavy offense for, 5-10 years. And now we're fucking seeing this kind of lull back into the fucking nice run game, the power football, the 12 personnel, fucking big defenses, fast defenses. Like, we're right back into the defensive side of football now. And we've really made a huge fucking change. And I think it's going to keep going for the next 5 or 10 years until that new fucking offense kind of comes out. And then we see the fucking 5,000-yard offenses again.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the NFL. We're going to see. So if you're paying attention, if you're a team that wants to win a championship, Bri, when you're looking at the team that just won it, what does it tell you? I need a fucking defense.
You need a defense and you need an offense that can move the ball, but it doesn't have to be a spectacular offense. It has to be a serviceable offense that doesn't turn the ball over.
A well-oiled machine, a game manager. That's who's going to win a Super Bowl right now.
Manager.
That's what Sammy D is.
I mean, I love myself some Jalen Hurts, but at the end of the day, the best type of Jalen Hurts is the guy who can scramble, pick up 5-10 yards, throw some outs.
Yeah.
The occasional deep ball, but manage the game and not turn the ball over. Look, Jalen Hurts might be the best quarterback example. He does not turn the ball over. He rarely throws interceptions. If you look at the last 2 seasons, he's at the bottom of interceptions both seasons. So you need a game manager, and then you need a guy like Vic Fangio on defense who can keep points off the board.
You really do, man. Cooper Kupp had a game too. I think Coop is deserving of getting this second Super Bowl ring here.
He looks like Jake Paul, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's got the Jake Paul look for sure. Jake Paul's older brother for sure. Much fucking older, but he had a game, man. He had a game.
Yes. 6 catches for 61 yards.
And that's kind of why you go out and get a Cooper Kupp, right? These games where he knows his role. He's never going to try to punch above his weight. He's just going to go out there and play his fucking game.
He got 12 targets. 12 targets.
I mean, the guy was getting open. When everybody else couldn't fucking get open, he was getting open, Bri.
What was Sammy D's rushing line tonight?
It was 5.5, and he skyrocketed over that.
He only had 5.
No.
He had 5 yards rushing.
Did he kneel?
Did they
he must have kneeled.
No, because the Patriots had the ball at the end of the game.
Damn, he must have. I don't know what happened then. I thought he got at least 6 or 7 or 8 yards.
You remember that play where he ran in one direction and Walker ran in the other direction, and he just kind of gave up? I wonder if that was considered a rush.
And oh no, that had to have been right. So he lost like 3 yards on that.
Because he had like a 10 or 12 yard run, right?
That's what I was saying. And it was like maybe early third quarter, late second quarter, something like that. He had a 10 or 12 yard run.
Yes. That had to have been it. So anyone who bet the Sam Darnold over rushing yards, like Rocky Props, I think gave out, sorry for that play.
Yeah, you lose by the hook on that one. That's a brutal hook to lose by the way. Jesus.
Sam Darnold's final line, 19 for 38 for 202 yards and a touchdown.
And the one thing that you have to look at here, Bri, he doesn't make a mistake.
0 interceptions. That's the biggest number.
It was a fucking negative 6 yard run. That's what it was.
That's unbelievable.
And literally, he got 11 yards on that fucking carry.
Yeah.
And then it put him at 5. And the line is sharp as fuck. The line is sharp as fuck. It's crazy how that happens, man. Vegas knows, man. Vegas always knows. All right, guys, that is it. We're coming up on midnight here. I gotta go. Bri, thank you for coming on. Thank you for filling in for the kid as well. I feel like you put on a performance for both of you. So
hey, it's my pleasure.
No, I want to say it's my pleasure. Thank you for the Seattle Seahawks tonight. Thank you for saving us from another scumbag national fucking tour that the Patriots were going to go on with their scumbag ass fucking fans. Sorry, Ant, not you. Sorry, Greg, not you. Sorry, Roberta, not you as well.
Brody.
The rest of yeah, Brody's a scumbag. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna stand pat with Brody being a scumbag.
Here's
the scumbags, and you didn't.
Here's the thing: the best part of the NFL season is just right around the corner, and that's the NFL draft, baby. That is when this guy is in heaven.
Yeah, and stay tuned because Bri did quite well last year on the NFL draft. We will have another draft-a-palooza. Bri's going to be our Mel Kiper. I'm kind of hoping he'll dress up like Mel Kiper and give us like pick-by-pick reaction. He had comps last year. He had we're just going to make it the Bri show. He knows college football. I don't care about the draft at all. Bri's going to fucking guide us. He's going to be our
slick back my hair.
Yeah, I think you slick it back and you we get you maybe a suit and tie. We get you going. And I feel like Bri Mel Kiper Jr. is pretty good. Bri Kiper Jr. I like that. All right, boys, that's us. For me, Bri, Rocky Prop, D-Gen Fantasy, another good season of football. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah, the money calling, bitch, I'm up. Yeah, the money calling, hit me up. Yeah, the money calling, bitch, I'm up. Yeah, the money calling, hit me up. Hey, side with